Hi, my fellow ink drinkers. Welcome to Dark Violet Dreams, where I share my love of books, movies, and other deliciously dark delights. Today, I'm doing check-in number 2 for the Holiday Hell-A-Thon. I am drinking some pineapple mango something or other, and I added pomegranate. And so, yes, tasty, festive, delicious, refreshing. Let's talk about the read aloud we have been reading. We are still reading The Barn and the Book, and this is a religious kind of holiday read meant for, I guess, elementary students. And it's Orthodox, which is different than the religion, the denomination, whatever you want to call it, that I grew up in. So it's interesting to kind of learn some things about that denomination via this children's story, but it's also very similar to a lot of the values and whatnot that we grew up with, or that I grew up with. So far, it's pretty tame as far as like pushing anything specific. And it's entertaining. I think the kids are enjoying it. We have just a few chapters left. We should finish by Friday, which is our last day before our winter break. So that's actually perfect timing. I'm super excited about that. I never time things right, so yay, something's going right. When we're done with that, we will do whatever our hearts desire. We've got another I Spy book that's Santa themed. And then there's another Christmas book that is an older book that I will get into in our next check-in, I think, if we dive into that. Either way, I'll show it to you because I love old books. Anybody else like old books? As far as my personal reads go, I am still reading Second Coming. Now, it's been a challenge because we've just been busy. I've been having a hard time focusing, and I have been enjoying this. I was a little nervous about it because of how a certain character was portrayed. I was like, oh, this feels unrealistic, but some questions were answered, and hopefully more will be answered as I read along. I'm not far in. I'm only a couple chapters in, but the print is so small that I need to read Sorry, that sounded really complaining. I need to read with my glasses when I read this book, which is no big deal, but I've been reading a lot more as I go to bed in the evening. I try to read in the mornings as well, but it's just been kind of... we're in a weird season, right? Okay, so I haven't been reading as much during the day, but I hope to really set aside some time, especially once we're on break, for more reading, personal reading. Anyway, I tend to lay down. I smush my glasses because I have to lay on my side because I'm weird and I cannot sleep on my back. I cannot lay on my back. It makes me uncomfortable. It hurts my back. So I'm a side sleeper and I'm a side reader. So I have to read my Kindle. So what I have decided to do is to start reading Festive Fears, thrilling and chilling Christmas short stories. I scored this for free from this account on the good old IG. This account offers free and discounted books. They gather all sorts of indie authors, all sorts of genres, and it's an amazing thing. There's events a few times a year where you can score some books for heavily discounted or free, and I just think that's amazing. So that's one of the books that I scored. I also grabbed another short story collection that is holiday themed, so if I finish this and then the next book I have in mind for my Kindle, which is a review copy, so I definitely want to prioritize that. Then I'll get to the other one if Christmas hasn't passed. As far as movies go, I've watched 2 movies. Christmas with the Cranks. I watched that with some of my family members, and I love that movie. We watch it most years, and there are so many scenes that make me laugh so hard. There are some sentimental things that make me cry. I get all... my eyes are misting now just thinking of it. But my favorite scene in the entire movie is when Jamie Lee Curtis is in the tanning salon and runs into a priest. Gets me every time. It doesn't matter what kind of mood I'm in, that will make me laugh. I've also been watching Black Christmas over the past like 3 days. My personal watches tend to be drawn out like that because I get distracted by kids or motherly duties. You can probably hear my kids running and opening and shutting doors right now. It is what it is. I'm living the mom life. So that's what happens. But I actually enjoyed this movie so much. The first 20 minutes or so, I was kind of on the fence about it. I didn't know if I was going to like it or not. But then by the end, I was like, this is so good. Why have I not seen this before? And I know there was like a Discord watch party with Kelsi, I think. And I started watching it, but I felt like at that particular time, it wasn't going to work out for me. Because there was some like stuff being said over the phone, and so I just was like, you know what, I might watch this another time, because I think I was trying to watch along while I was cooking dinner, and I didn't know what was gonna pop up on the screen or anything like that. And I had my earbuds in, but you know, mom life, you don't want the kids to walk in at the wrong time. So I thought, that's a movie that I don't need to be watching when a kid could walk up behind me while I'm watching it, because I usually set my phone up in this little shelf as I cook and kind of look up while I'm cooking to watch things, you know, YouTube videos and such. But I'm glad that I gave it a shot again, and it was so good. The house, gorgeous. The Christmas vibes were on par. The slasher/horror vibes were on par. The psychological aspects of the horror were, it was so good. I really regret not watching it sooner. Okay, I did a few activities, but I haven't been like head first into the activities. I've just been kind of doing things here and there, which is fine because it works around our school schedule and things like that. But we made some peanut butter blossoms, and I have 3 more cookie recipes that I'd like to make to take to my mom and dad's on Thursday. That's when we're celebrating Christmas with them. Super excited about that. We will be seeing Jeff's side of the family this weekend. So many fun things to look forward to, and it will kick off our Christmas break with a bang. I also shared a book quote to Instagram. That was one of the activity prompts, I believe. I wrote it down, so it must have been. I've been so disorganized. It's ridiculous. But the book quote that I grabbed was from Head Like a Hole, which I recently finished. And I talked a little bit about that in my last check-in, I think. I had not finished at that point. Oh, absolutely loved that book. Such a great book. Very little to complain about. And, you know, off the top of my head, I can't even think what I would complain about. I'm sure I'll think of it after I'm done here, right? That's how it always goes. But highly recommend if you like 90s vibes, kind of sci-fi horror, like body horror. The 90s vibes were everything for me. And there was a lot going on. There were a lot of scenes that took me by surprise, but I also felt like a professional detective because I figured some things out. And then upon further reflection, I thought, you know what? Maybe those were handed to the reader as a way to distract from the thing that was going to really actually surprise us. So maybe I'm not quite the detective I thought I was. But I had a lot of fun with it, so I highly recommend it. We also wrapped presents. We still have some more presents to wrap and acquire. There's just a couple things we have left to get. We have our stocking stuffers ready to go. Those come from Santa. 2 of my kids also went to our Christmas celebration. Our town puts on a Christmas celebration. There's lots of activities and rides and things like that. Rides, I mean, like, you know, trolley and wagon rides and things like that, a petting zoo, and then they do the parade and the tree lighting in the evening. And so a couple of the kids went to that for a little while during the day, went back for the parade. I have been in pain this week, the past few days. I have a pinched nerve in my back, and so I've been cranky. I've been trying not to do too much, and it was chillier that day than expected. So the little kids and I, you know, had cookies and watched the live stream of the parade, and that was great. And hopefully next year I'll be in better shape for the whole family to go. But it's really not that big of a deal because we have other things going on. The kids are going to get out of the house. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. But at least a couple of the older kids got to go enjoy that. So if you missed check-in number 1, I will have that linked below. I talked about all the things I did the first week of the Hell-A-Thon and talked a lot more about Head Like a Hole in that video. If you're interested in starting from the beginning, go ahead and check that out. I also did the Christmas music tag, which I didn't talk a lot about on my other socials because I'm awkward when I do tags. I don't want to share too much. I don't know why. Sometimes I feel like people on other platforms don't really care enough to come to this platform for a thing like a tag. But you know what? It was a really good one because this tag prompted me to find a lot of really good book recommendations, and it's the Christmas music tag, so it's Christmas songs that are part of the prompts, and it's a lot of fun, and there are so many great books that I shared in that tag, like this one, for instance. I also believe that I neglected to tell you about our new family member, Brownie. This sweet little guinea pig belongs to our son, Wesson. This is his first pet of his very own, which is exciting, and I love guinea pigs. Jeff and I both had guinea pigs growing up. I think I had like 4 of them, and it's just so much fun. They're so sweet. We love him to death. I post too many pictures and videos of him, I think, but like guinea pigs are my jam. I think they're my favorite pet. I always thought I liked cats better. Growing up, I always wanted dogs, and I circled right back around to loving guinea pigs. I had cats growing up as well, but you know, guinea pigs were my first pets of my own as well. And so I have a soft spot in my heart for them. They have the cutest little lips. And I just love them. So they're little floppy ears. Love guinea pigs. So if you'd like more guinea pig content, go over on to my Instagram. And I want to give a huge thank you to Edie Lewis for sending me a Christmas card with some lovely crafts inside. There was a Christmas tree ornament that was 2-sided. One side was black, one side was green. I loved that thing. And then I think it's a finger puppet of Mrs. Claus, and she's so sweet. I have her up on my mantle. I just absolutely adore snail mail. I love when people send me handwritten letters, cards, things like that. So it just truly, like, I was watching his video, no joke. I was watching one of his videos when one of the kids walked in with the card, and I was like, no way. And I got all misty-eyed, and thank you. It was a wonderful surprise. I did not expect that actually at all. So it was a nice surprise. Thank you, Edie. And then Alana sent me a physical copy of Oops, I Killed My Boyfriend. And I absolutely love this book. It is written by Alana and Billy Ray Middleton Jr. And it is a fun, slashery, kind of nostalgic, kind of cabin in the woods, mysterious, exciting adventure. I love it. So if you haven't checked it out, I highly recommend checking it out. It's got an amazing cover and 2 of my favorite authors, 2 of my favorite people. So definitely check it out if you have not. All right, that's it for the check-in. My foot is falling asleep. I've got dinner to make. I hope you guys are having a great Christmas season so far. I hope that you are taking time for yourself in the midst of all the busyness, and I hope that you enjoy each and every day in some sort of special way, because you're special, you're amazing, you're wonderful. You deserve all the love, peace, happiness, presents, books, drinks, snacks that your beautiful heart desires. Thank you so much for hanging out with me once again. I hope you have an amazing day or night. Until next time, cheers.
Santa's holding the lighter. My parents are both liars. just happened.